Lisa Hannigan in the Bing Lounge. I know this isn't the first. Hello, I'm over here. This is your conscience speaking.
Good.
I know this isn't the first time you've been in Portland, but every time you come back through, it's you leave a, if I could say it, a bigger imprint and a bigger impression.
We certainly leave a bigger hole in Voodoo Donuts stocks.
They've got a lot of fans. You've got so many instruments up there, and you seem to be at home with so many of them. I wonder if you could talk about how you grew up. What kind of home did you? What did it look like? Did it have a lot of instruments laying around?
Not really. There was a lot of records, a lot of listening to music, but nobody really played. I had an uncle that played piano beautifully. And I started learning the guitar when I was in small school, and sort of classical guitar, but it was mostly just singing for me anyway.
How did you know that you had a voice? I'm always curious about that. It's like when you first look at yourself and you say, I want to sing. Or how did that happen for you?
I was always just sort of singing along to things. I also thought I was an amazing dancer, just because I really liked Michael Jackson, so I'd sing and dance along to him. But the singing seemed to be better than the dancing.
Yeah, it's the thing that took hold.
As you can see from my amazing moves.
Well, so you owe maybe a little something to Michael. Well, I know for myself, and maybe for a lot of us, I first got to know you from that intense time that you collaborated with Damien Rice. I'll never forget hearing that for the first time on some freeway between Portland and Seattle. I thought, who are these people? So that was quite an impression. I wonder if you'd always had it in your head, though, that you had your own songs and your own album in you.
I always wanted to be a singer, and I did write some really embarrassing songs as a teenager, as I'm sure a lot of people did, which luckily I've forgotten at this point. But I always wanted to be a singer, and then I went to college just to move into Dublin, really, because I grew up in the country, and just to meet, I knew that I didn't really want to be a French teacher or an art history teacher, but I kind of wanted to go meet people, and I actually met Damien the first day of Freshers Week in college. So it was literally the first day that I went. So it worked, I suppose.
Yeah, and there's that little piece of history. And then you do have this first album that you do, See So, which got so critically acclaimed. It got a lot of attention from so many people. Passenger, the new album, is on Dave Matthews' label, ATO, and then you went on the Caravan with Dave Matthews. Did you get caught up in that Katrina thing, by the way, the hurricane?
No.
Oh, you missed that.
What?
The Dave Matthews Band Caravan tour over the summer.
We did one.
Just the one.
We just did the one in Atlantic City. Do I have that right?
Atlantic City, yeah.
And it was absolutely baking hot. I remember we were all in bits. We don't do well in heat like that. We're quite happy in Portland, I think.
Yeah, well, it's fresh. How did you happen to land on his label?
I don't really know, actually. I don't really know. My manager Ben had worked with them before with David Gray, and we met a couple of record companies. We were over, and we just really got on with those guys, and we went out for a night and ate lots of sushi and had lots of drinks, and by the end we were all best friends forever.
The deal was struck.
Yeah, as deals most often are, over a pitcher of margarita, we just really got on with those guys, and they really looked after that record, and we worked well with them. But I hadn't met David Matthews ever.
You haven't?
I just met him at that Caravan thing. That was the first time I'd met him.
And I'm hoping that he's very appreciative that
he was
you're
very
on his
nice.
label.
He was a terribly nice man. Yeah, he was lovely.
It seems to me that a lot of people want to go where you're going. You've got a great producer, Joe Henry, that somehow serendipitously, produced your album, and it's a guy who really knows how to put all the different musical pieces together.
Yeah, that was such a gift to have met him, and it was very serendipitous. He happened to be doing a show next door to. I was doing a Kate McGarrigle tribute concert, and he was friends with the Wainwrights, so he sort of popped his head in to to pay his respects to her, and I happened to be singing the song at the time, and yeah, he just sent a lovely email in his southern genty way, saying if there's ever, if I can be of any assistance at all, let me know. And I went to meet him, and yeah, he's an incredible man. And then we all met him for a week, and we just did the record in a week in Wales. And
that seems awfully fast.
Yes, well, I tried to make it 2 weeks, and Joe said, nah.
You're done.
Yeah, he said, no, we only need a week, which is very nerve-wracking. But we all, myself and the band, we had arranged the songs very thoroughly, and we knew what we were doing. We hoped, and then we went in with Joe, and he just has a wonderful way of recording with his engineer Ryan Freeland, where we just did it all live. Really, we just did a few takes of each song and picked the best one.
And that engineer guy, by the way, worked with Ray LaMontagne. Is that how Ray ended up being on one of your tracks?
Well, I'd met Ray a couple of times at various bits and bobs, and when I really wanted a duet on the record, a proper duet where people sing to each other, as opposed to just doing harmonies. So, and then when I had it written, I thought, I'd really like to sing with Ray LaMontagne. Might as well ask, but thinking he wasn't going to say yes. And luckily he did. He said yes, and he happened to be in London the day that we were doing our overdub, so he came down. But it was very lucky.
Yet one more reason to check this album out, because we're all really big fans, and he doesn't say yes that often to a lot.
Well, that's it. I looked up Ray LaMontagne duet.
Yeah.
Before I asked him, thinking, ooh, and he did one with Rachel Yamagata, so
right.
I was hopeful, but I thought, maybe
you're
not.
one of those very rare birds that gets to sing with him. And I know you're going to sing this song a little later in your set, but there's a wonderful video that I want everybody to check out for your song called
Knots, yes.
And it's just fantastic. Just give us a little quick thing, and then we'll get you to sing some more for us.
Well, I had an idea to do a video where all of the instruments would be played through the medium of paint. So all of the lads in the band very obligingly went along with it and pelted me with paint in time to the music, with super soakers and spray guns and from above and everything. And I started in a beautiful white dress with a white background, and by the end I'm like a monster from the deep, just literally mouth full of paint, eyes, everything. There was paint absolutely everywhere.
You've got a great playground and some great music. We're really happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Lisa Hannigan in the Bing.
Cheers. Thank you.